Hey everybody, welcome back. This evening, we've got the very first concept of one of our newest enemies. So let's see here. The enemy is it's kind of like a cherub, maybe a cherub. It's the Hellmaster Legion shock troops, right? So our temporary version had these guys in the game. So, and I think this is Tales from Destiny again. So some interesting just sprite art. And here's them in motion real quick. Yeah, so you can see that they got kind of like this chopping thing. And so my imagination looked at those and I was like, ooh, we could do something super cool with those. So here we are, first version. That's always my favorite. Thank you so much, Dimitri, for turning on this version for us. Lots of cool inspiration there. For the folks out there watching or tuning in for the first time, we are on a journey to build essentially a passion project called a shmup, or a shoot 'em up. It's a classic game genre, side scroller, as you just saw it there. And yeah, we've been going through and using a wonderful tool called SHMUP Creator, which makes the development of the shmup so you can focus more on iteration, design, and tech art as opposed to having to do a lot of code, which is fantastic. So here we are. So we did, let me see here. So I think that was that. So yeah, so let me just jump into it. Let's see. Yeah. Make sure I got me. That might be the thing. All right. And all right, over to the Photoshop. All right, cool. So I only took a brief look at this, so we're just gonna kind of drink it in a little bit, look at these details. These are just rough sketches from the description. I suppose I could give you guys a description. There you go. So the description of the Hellmaster Legion shock troops. A flame master with ever-burning flesh was given charge over lesser denizens for Sreevus. Dark worshipping magics were used to take unborn children conceived with willing priestess mothers. The priestess mothers bear elaborate sacred runes upon their bodies, acting as conduits for the infants. They are summoned from their mother's wombs, accelerated growth, fed by Sreevus' whispers, it's like this demonic essence, just after 3 months of gestation. The unborn infants are teleported from the womb into blood essence vats, where their cries channel the Hellmaster's soul essence to fuse their flesh into its final form. And these guys are always on fire. So we had some attributes here that we, bright red skin. So these are, energetic energy, angelic red halos. So we're gonna see if we do that. A giant rune sword, impish small body that compresses. We'll see how that turns out. I haven't seen this quite yet, and how that'll look in the form. Long gangling arms. And then wings similar to the Avian Dark Mage, permanently on fire. So, and then we got some other bits and bobs there. So with that, let's just take a look at the first version. And so Dimitri takes kind of what we have and just remixes it. And then I usually kind of come in and point out the things I like. I really like this exploration here with the fire. I think having this this mid body just being on fire. I mean, we're gonna have fire across the whole thing as well, but I think we can really do a lot with that. That sounds pretty interesting to me. Along those lines as well, I noticed a little bit earlier that I also really like the cloven hooves. So I think with the legs and cloven hooves, let's try to mix these elements together. So it's almost like a flamey bit of attire, and then I think with the legs, they maybe also could be somewhat transparent, so they're gonna be bright red anyways. So maybe they're a little bit more spectral. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they're flesh, but let's see if we can mix those together. I really like the cloven hooves and I think the legs there as well. Super spooky face. I like sort of the thinking there. I see that you kind of were thinking a little bit with the runes. We got a little bit of a apparatus here. Got the really big flare of the wing, a little bit of a sword exploration there. Definitely creepy. I like the efforts there. And then here, I really like this. I like this blindfold aspect. I thought it's really neat. It's the idea that they control, they're both shock troops, but they basically have connections to the world where they don't see. Maybe it's got a little bit of that demon hunter flavor to it. So we'll see how that kind of turns out. But yeah, let's incorporate it in. I also like the little horn nubs. Let's get those horn nubs in there as well. And I think I also the wing designs are similar, but I think I like they're almost the same. I kind of like that you also had the extra wing in the back here to give it a little bit more presence. But yeah, so let's go with that wing design. I like where we're going with that. Like these guys are like a little tykes. Like these ones are a little bit more emaciated. Sword's okay as well. I think those are things I like off of that. One of the things I really like to do, Dimitri, is I would like to... Hello. Give me a layer. Be a slayer. Give me brushes. I don't need so... Brush don't need so big. Alright. And then... Yeah. So I'm just thinking with the sword... this is my favorite sword out of the three. I like that we have these rune markings. Also remind me for an animation point, we should cut the sword out because now I'm having this idea that we can use basically like spinning swords as projectiles. Maybe they're actually fairly big, like the size of the monster, so it gives you slightly different things to dodge. But in both cases, I think let's take the sword design and let's add a curve to it. So maybe more like a scimitar. Yeah, come on. Yeah, probably like more like a scimitar. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I definitely like that. So, and then let's see. I really like duplicating those bits. I like the mouth, like that you've got the mouth with the fangs for sure. And I like the kind of a little bit more markings with the emaciated jawline. This is just our very first rough concept, of course. I also like that you've got the runes kind of on the flesh. Those would be pretty fun as well. We might contrast those into like gold or purple maybe. Maybe we can make them brighter so they kind of catch, because the thing is going to be on fire. We're going to have like fire sprites. And then, we'll have the flapping wings. And then I think maybe we'll have to look with animation whether we're going to like a charge forward or if we're going to do a chopping motion. Not entirely sure, but I like those elements. I like what we're going on. I also really enjoy. I like that you gave these Legion basically that they're a little bit more thicker in the arms, and that you have these kind of like a little slightly oversized hands in comparison to the other ones. I'm digging those aspects. So yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to add? If anyone else has any feedback, feel free to add it in the comments. This is the best time to add feedback because we always take a look in terms of commentary. And who knows, maybe your suggestions or ideas are something that can be incorporated into one of our next iterations. Since these guys aren't main hero assets, meaning they're not big set pieces, we're trying to keep our iterations down to just a few before we move through them. So, but between Dimitri and myself, we have a lot of sensibilities for kind of the DrBossKey universe since we've been developing it now for a couple of years. Yeah, I think those are the main things. Dimitri, for the next one, can we also try and give me a slightly oversized head? I think I want to see kind of what that maybe feels like as well. So, I'm not necessarily sold on it, but like maybe just like an oversized head. So, hey, don't want to rasterize. I went back too many steps. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do one, maybe just like an oversized ridge. We'll still do the horns as well to accentuate that, but that might be a thing too. We'll do it as an alternate version. But yeah, I think love that sword. Let's remix these elements together. And thank you so much for the turnaround. For all the folks out there that have been following along, thank you. And we'll see you next time.